Now, I know this is a family event.
What is up, everybody? Ryan here to talk about the San Francisco Giants. We've got a bunch of things to talk about today. The Giants just made a signing. This is breaking news into the program. They've signed Jordan Hicks, right-handed pitcher, to a 4-year, $44 million contract. We will break down all of that. Somebody who will not be on the San Francisco Giants this year, Shota Imanaga. We talked about him, I think, on the last two podcasts, so we'll get into a little bit of that. Why, what happened there with that signing? We all but felt like we had him on the team, like so many other free agents in the last couple of years. So what happened there? But I know that everybody wants to start with our boy Aubrey Huff over here. You can see post-retirement is treating him pretty well. Still looks like he's in pretty good shape. Still got a good tan going on. He's out here on the beach.
The rally thong.
Again, he's joking about this. He's got his Only Man's account for $29.99 that you could subscribe to. So our boy Aubrey Huff still got the good tan. Still look like he's working out. Hey, if we need some at-bats at first base, could do a whole lot worse. Everybody remembers the rally thong in 2010. He was a huge contributor to that. In 2012, he kind of had fallen off, but I think he did have a big hit for us in the 2012 playoffs, so we love that. But somebody who will not be on the San Francisco Giants is this guy, Shota Imanaga. Again, we talked about him on the last couple podcasts. He signed a 4-year, $53 million contract with the Cubs, which, doesn't seem like a whole lot of money. It could be worth $80 million over 5 years if the Cubs pick up an option after 2025 or 2026. So that's pretty interesting. I kind of thought, at least from the reports I was seeing, that he was going to sign for a little bit more money. Here's an interesting comment from Alex Pavlovich, the Giants NBC reporter. He says, "I've seen a lot of confusion about the Giants and Imanaga. They were never a front runner here. People just went wild with rumors. They view him as more of a back-end starter and prefer other guys. They still plan to add to the rotation." This tweet was before the signing of Jordan Hicks today. So that's kind of interesting, because if you Google Shota Imanaga and Giants, it was kind of all but assumed that we were going to land this guy, that we were a front runner, and then suddenly the day or day before he signed, we weren't even in the top 5. So apparently the Giants never really were kind of in the mix there. They kind of view him as more of back end, 3rd, 4th, 5th kind of rotation guy. And therefore you aren't going to spend a whole lot of money on that. 5 years, $80 million actually would be a lot of money for a 3rd, 4th, or 5th starter. So Shota Imanaga, you are dead to us. And hopefully when we play the Cubs, we get plenty of hits off of him. We just signed a pitcher, though, from the main rival from the Chicago Cubs, Jordan Hicks, to a 4-year, $44 million deal. 6'2", 220 pounds, right-hander out of Houston, Texas. He is a little bit over 27 years of age. The St. Louis Cardinals drafted him in the 3rd round of the 2015 draft. And this guy throws straight gas. He's got a 4-seamer that runs up of 100 miles an hour. He's got a 2-seamer that runs up about 100 miles an hour. The Giants are looking to actually use him as a starter. That's historically not how he has been used in the major leagues. Out of 212 career games, he's only made 8 starts. Those came in 2022 when the St. Louis Cardinals were trying to use him as a starter. It did not go well. He has gotten hurt several times in his career when they've tried to stretch him out. But the Giants have needs in this starting rotation. We have Robbie Ray and Alex Cobb on the disabled list to start the year. Hicks can earn an additional $2 million in annual incentives based on innings pitched. This, according to Susan Slusser of the San Francisco Chronicle. Those incentives begin kicking in at the 100 inning mark. He has not pitched above 100 innings, it looks like to me, in his entire career. So the Giants will initially try to start him. He's not going to throw above 4 or 5 innings, but if starting doesn't work out, you do have a guy you could put at the back end of your bullpen in the 8th inning who throws 100+ miles an hour. And then you can back him up in the 9th inning with another guy, Camilo Duvall, who throws 100 miles an hour. So at 4 years, $44 million, about $10 million a year. It would be a lot to pay for an 8th inning guy, but if you can get some starts out of him, if he can stay healthy, that's going to be absolutely critical for him, is because he hasn't been able to stay healthy during the bulk of his career. And especially when they tried to stretch him out and make him a starter, he was not able to stay healthy. So we got a guy who throws 100+ miles an hour with a couple different pitches $44 million contract, fairly affordable, especially if he's able to stay healthy, especially if he's able to make some starts with us. Some of the reaction around the league to the signing. Alex Pavlovich says Jordan Hicks is fascinating. He has thrown 5 innings just once in the big leagues. But guess who it came against? The San Francisco Giants 2 years ago. And he was sitting at 99 miles an hour in the 5th inning. It's risky, but you can see why the team is intrigued. And yeah, I can definitely see why they're intrigued with this move. Out of the bullpen last year for the Toronto Blue Jays after he got traded, he was absolutely lights out. So there were a lot of teams who were kind of sniffing around, looking at this guy. This is a guy who could probably close at some point in his career. He's only 27 years old, so there's still some upside here. Hopefully, again, he can stay healthy. Lord, if he could stay healthy. Man, if he could start some games for us, that would be huge. If he ever becomes a part of the rotation at 4 years, $44 million with this guy's stuff, oh man, that's actually a pretty interesting signing. Bob Nightingale says, now that the San Francisco Giants are converting Jordan Hicks to a starter after signing him to the 4-year, $44 million deal, it all but officially eliminates any idea that free agent starter Blake Snell could wind up in San Francisco. I don't know if that's entirely true. I don't know if he's basing this off intel. I don't know if he's just pulling this out of his butt. The Giants have a lot of need in their rotation. We have Logan Webb. We have a hurt Alex Cobb. We have a hurt Robbie Ray. We have an inexperienced Kyle Harrison. We have a bunch of inexperienced pitchers behind him. Keaton Wynn, Tristan Beck. The other guy on our 40-man roster is this guy, Kai Wang Tang, 6'4", 260. Hey, I wouldn't mind this guy maybe throwing a few innings. Might be fun to watch. We have Ross Stripling, who did absolutely nothing for us last year. I actually expect the Giants to sign some more pitching, preferably a starter, to this mix. So whether or not it's Blake Snell, maybe Blake Snell's too old, maybe Blake Snell is too expensive, that's fine. But I don't see why the signing of Jordan Hicks would eliminate us from signing Blake Snell or really any other starter. Actually, I anticipate the Giants continuing to add to the rotation. I doubt that they're done here. Jordan Hicks has not proven that, first of all, he can even start in the big leagues. He's made 8 starts in 212 games. So this is not a done deal that this guy is going to be a part of your rotation to begin the year. It's not a done deal that he's even going to be healthy. He hasn't been healthy. This is a risk, but at the money it's at, 4 years, $44 million, that's not a huge risk to take on a guy who has absolutely lights out stuff. And if he's able to be good for 2 to 3 years of this contract, if he is able to make some starts, or if he just becomes your dominant 8th inning guy and you're able to shorten games that way because you have an 8th inning guy and you have a 9th inning guy that basically people can't touch. Now your starters only have to get to 5 to 6 to 7 innings, and then boom, boom, Hicks and Duvall come in and it's basically lights out. So I do like this strategy to focus more on pitching. I'd rather sign guys like Hicks. I'd rather sign other starters than guys like Matt Chapman and the Cody Bellingers and some of the other bats out there that I don't think those guys are going to come to San Francisco and rake and absolutely help us any more than a Conforto, any more than a Haniger, and any more than some of the other free agent, and Aaron Rowand, if you want to, go take it back any further. Any more of these free agent hitters have helped us over the years. So a very, very interesting day for the San Francisco Giants. We will see what happens over the weekend. Is Farhan still cooking? Are they going to make some trades? Is another starter going to come into the mix? So we will see. Giants signed Jordan Hicks, 4 years, $44 million. We are out on Imanaga. And according to Alex Pavlovich, we were never really in on signing him. And everybody needs to go check out our boy Aubrey Huff and check out his Only Man's account. And we will be back here to talk about the San Francisco Giants very soon. The 2024 season is coming up, and we'll see you later.